Good Monday afternoon or evening or morning. Welcome to our Monday Market Outlook here at TOPGUN Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. Epic weekend, man. Great weekend down here in South Florida. Blue Angels were in town in Fort Lauderdale for the air show. We also had a charity event, the Wings, Wheels, and Heels event down there at Fort Lauderdale International Airport. Brought the No Fallen Heroes Foundation jet down there, raised $20,000, auctioning off two fighter jet rides. If you're interested in getting a flight in the No Fallen Heroes Foundation fighter jet, go to nofallenheroesfoundation.org/jet, and you can figure out how to get airborne in the back of our aircraft, man. Just an absolute great time. And you get a No Fallen Heroes Foundation ball cap, which is going to be worn by Sonny A.J. Buckley on this season's SEAL team. How about last night, man? For if you're a hockey fan, the first round of these playoffs has been insane. Boston, 65 wins this season, 135 points, the best in NHL history. Defeated last night by who? My Florida Panthers, baby. Even though the refs were on their side, man, they got it was insane. An overtime win by the Florida Panthers, just unbelievable. The Panthers won 3 games in a row to defeat the number one Bruins, man. It doesn't get any better than the NHL playoffs, man. And it just goes to show you that it's the curse of the President's Trophy, right? The Panthers won the President's Trophy last year, finishing with the best regular season record, and then got knocked out in round 2 of the playoffs. So the President's Club Trophy doesn't mean squat. So good stuff going on. Okay, hey, before I forget, next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to knock out a brief on the Max Afterburner group and also the Hunters. You can find out how you can join one of our investment clubs or become a lifetime member here at TOPGUN Options. All you have to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/May-Hunters. Obviously, it's May. And it's for the hunters, so May-Hunters, and you can register. I'll put this in the description of this video on YouTube. Quick, let's get into it. You just can't get any dumber than the current administration and the so-called leaders in this country.
The Chinese military exercises
these
couple of days have been
whose job it is to run the Navy, to have a strong Navy, to project our power around the globe, to worry about war between China, Taiwan, the Pacific, Israel, Iran, war in Ukraine, Russia. No. Climate change is my top priority. And when he got called out, he's like, oh, well, it's equally important to some other goals. These people are just stupid, ladies and gentlemen. The Navy Secretary is as dumb as our Energy Secretary. The Biden Energy Secretary wants all U.S. military vehicles to be electric. I'm not even going to waste the time on how insanely stupid that is. From an electromagnetic pulse weapon that renders all of our vehicles useless to... anybody ever see any of these videos of like Teslas, like just electric vehicles stopping in the middle of nowhere, running out of juice? And what comes to juice them up? A diesel generator. You can't make this shit up, folks. Hey, President Biden, how about you make Air Force One electric? I can't. It's just so sad and frustrating to see what's going on in this country, and just to see how stupid the people in the positions of, quote, leadership in this country are. And it just shows you, folks, weakness invites aggression. Key nations, we're the laughing stock of the world. And for all of you who are like, oh, Trump, we were the laughing stock of the world under Trump. No. But you think we're respected now? With an octogenarian and a quota hire running our country? Russia, you know what? India, Brazil, Pakistan, all these countries that were once United States allies, it's over with. Pakistan's minister no longer try to maintain a middle ground between China and the U.S. We're with China. All these countries that we've thrown a shit pot of money at are done with us. Brazil's cozying up to China, Pakistan, India. Did you see the cheese-eating surrender monkey, Macron? The guy who runs France was in China a couple weeks ago and said, yeah, Taiwan is just not a big deal to us. Plus, it's the United States who cares about that, and we ain't following the United States anymore. And then he turns around and demands the United States and mumbles McShitty pants give more money to Ukraine and more weapons to Ukraine. It's over with for the United States, folks. Ugliness in Ukraine. Russia's starting to lash out even more. I think they're getting ready for the Ukrainian counterattack. The Ukrainians attacked Crimea the other day, the naval port in Sevastopol. And this is, let me just end this part of the brief. It's going to get worse. All of this is a horror, and it's getting worse, and nobody's talking about peace. You mentioned peace, me, Elon Musk, the Pope. We're Russian sympathizers or Putin plants. I've been called un-American for wanting peace. Unbelievable. Mumbles McShitty pants playing chicken with default. The Republicans in the House raised the debt limit. They hit the ball over the net, and of course, Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden are like, nope, we're not going to do it. So if we default on our debt or the market implodes or the VIX explodes, it's because of the Democrats. But you're not going to hear that unless you listen to me. If you listen to the mainstream media, it's going to be the Republicans. And the mainstream media, every time this happens, obviously runs close air support for the Democrats. It's not even funny anymore. But Joe, hey, everything's great. We did it, Joe. Right, Kamala? U.S. recession probability reaches 67%. I love Elon Musk. He's right. I think it was yesterday or maybe over the weekend. He said on Twitter, he's like, I think I am the guy with the immediate finger on the economy, the pulse of the economy. I run Starlink. I run Twitter. What's his other one? SpaceX or whatever. He's like, I know what's going on. All the government data is rearward facing. It's old data. He's like, we're already in a recession, and it's going to get worse. And that leads us, obviously, to what happened over the weekend. While the Blue Angels were in town and the Panthers were beating the Bruins, First Republic Bank failed. It imploded. The second largest U.S. bank failure in history. Where was I during the first? I was at Ground Zero. I was in the Chicago Board of Trade, the Chicago Board Options Exchange, at the height of the financial crisis. I was there, baby. Another failure. And guess who's at blame? The risk officers in charge of those banks, Wiz? The CEOs, the CFOs? No. The Federal Reserve is saying they failed. So the Fed's saying, no. We don't blame these limousine liberals who flocked to the Hamptons to do coke. They didn't. It's our fault. So as expected, the guy who's in charge of this stuff at the Fed blames Congress and his predecessor, right? Everything Trump. Everything that is wrong now is because of Trump, right? Clearly. So it's a disgrace. It's comical. Biggest thing on the flight schedule this week is obviously the Fed meeting. Tuesday, Wednesday, they come out at 2 with the Fed increase. I think it'll be 25 points. Half an hour later, press conference. It's the press conference that's going to really set what happens with the market. Because we look at this rip your face off rally. Hang on, let me refresh here. SPX, look at the S&P 500, man. We get these violent ups and downs, man. Look at last week. We finally ran out of steam with this most recent bear market rally. Imploded, almost kissed the 50-day moving average, and a big old bounce. Look at all of these violent explosions and implosions. This is a very, very tactical market, ladies and gentlemen. I love it because these swings, ain't nothing fundamental about it. When the market changes direction, load the boat. When something's on a tear, either join it or get out of the way or pound it into the dirt. We will get somewhat of a direction this week with what Jerome decides to do. I think, they're going to, quote, debate a pause. I think in that press conference, is if he even hints, even if he whispers, well, we might kind of think about taking a break, there will be a rip your face off knee-jerk reaction. But Wiz, the economy sucks. Duh, the economy is not the stock market. And the stock market is not the economy. So in a perverted way, the worse the economy gets, the better the stock market could potentially do. Because Jerome Powell's going to have to do what? We can't let failure happen in this country. Everybody gets a trophy. Jerome Powell is going to have to swoop in once again to save capitalism and cut interest rates. Ladies and gentlemen, if capitalism needs to be saved, quote unquote, it's not capitalism. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what's going on in this country. But again, as I often tell my TGO members, take care of your family, take care of you, take care of your friends. That's it. The balkanization of this country it's already happened. I live in the great state of Florida, the free state of Florida, man, and it's exploding, the population down here. So's Texas. Fleeing Democrat-run shithole states and cities. High taxes, crime, defund the police. It's obscene what's going on in this country. But now I'm going to channel my inner Gordon Gekko. I'm going to print money off of it. I will print money off the stupidity of others. And as this place burns, I'm going to get rich. And I could potentially teach you how to do the same thing. Go.topgunoptions.com/May-Hunters. I think you can just put hunters in here, obviously, for try. Yeah, you can. You can put hunters in there and it does the same thing. Go.topgunoptions.com/hunters. That's easier for you to remember. And I'll give you a free brief next week, next Thursday, 1 p.m. And I will debrief what the Fed did this week, how the market reacted, and how you can potentially profit on the stupidity of others. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Fights on. And namaste. Basi basi.